what's the best form of training? Is it lifting heavy weights, doing calisthenics, bodyweight stuff, training in the MMA gym, doing wrestling, Muay Thai, boxing, Wing Chun, karate, taekwondo? What is it? I mean, really, all of them are amazing, and you need some kind of resistance training. So, body weight or lifting heavy weights. I say both really though, and some kind of martial art to protect yourself and to keep it interesting. I'd say honestly overall, because honestly, like you can be into the whole like weightlifting thing for a while. Like weightlifting is super fun, lifting heavy weights, and then it's like bulking. Like you're making sure to get those like big like 4 meals a day, and then just lifting heavy weights. Your dumbbell press, that's some heavy tricep extensions, incline barbell dips, and cool. I eat my second meal of the day now. It's nice, it's fun, it's cool, but it gets boring after a while. At first it's new, it's exciting, it's fun, but yeah, you need some kind of thing. But then after a bit, then it's not challenging anymore. It's not a challenge anymore. It's the norm. It becomes you could say mundane. You know, and with martial arts, you learn how to fight. You have brotherhood, and you're always learning. You're always learning. There's guys who've been training 10, 20, 40 years even, wrestling, boxing, whatever, and they're still learning. They're still learning to this day, you know. Like I remember Bas Rutten, who's a legendary MMA fighter. He fought in Pride. He fought in the UFC. Fought guys like Randy Couture in the UFC. OG, like really like elite guys. And like he taught something to like a boxing coach who's been a boxing coach for like 20 years. He was talking about how basically like when you're jabbing, you need to twist because like you're covering because you want your shoulder to cover here, right? So like, you know what I mean? But then he's like, oh, you mean like this, you know, doing the exact same thing. And I was like, what? I didn't even like think of that. All these years I've been, all these years you've been coaching fighters and like because there's so many different things that you'll pick up from different people. Like it's not just like if you want to get good at boxing, you don't you go to the boxing gym and you only learn from boxing coaches, only your boxing sparring partners. Learn from other like Muay Thai fighters because not Muay Thai but like mixed martial arts guys, MMA guys, because in the UFC in Bellator there is some boxing, right? Like obviously it's mixed martial arts of course, but there is some boxing and you see it. And Ilya Topuria uses it. He's probably the the best boxer in the UFC, other than Conor McGregor, who still is in the UFC. Obviously, we'll get onto that. But yeah, Ilya Topuria, his power is ridiculous. It's crazy, and the way he's able to close the distance is beautiful. Like in the Gaethje fight, he landed some very very good shots, and like I think did Gaethje rocked? I think so. I can't remember now. Don't quote me on that anyway. But yeah, he hurt Gaethje badly, but then Gaethje his face afterwards, and he had to go to the hospital afterwards, and but that fight was a war. I don't know if you saw that, but I mean you have to have seen that. That was a White House card, right? Yeah, that was a fight. I just watched Israel Adesanya and Kelvin Castellan last night, which was like for like the interim belt in like 2019 or something around there. And yeah, that fight was a proper war. That fight is going to like the UFC Hall of Fame. And yeah. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, so yeah, you need both for sure. So for me, honestly, right now it's like lifting heavy weights, which I've always done, and like I did change my training for a bit at one period of time, and I was doing lighter weight and more reps, but lifting heavy weights is just so satisfying. Like, yeah, it never gets old for me really. Like, and I've been boxing as I've mentioned in other videos, like pretty much every Friday with a friend. Today's Friday, I'll box with him like in like an hour, like hour and a half or something. And that'd be fun to put pads and just like so it'll be like shoulder touches at the start. So it's like some people I saw what they do is they're moving around like the whole time. But I'm like, but what I do is like what we do is like we're just stood in our stance. We're trying to just like move around like that. You're trying to just like touch each other's shoulders. It's all about reactions, and then it's like some rounds of pads, and then sparring, and I only go like 10% on headshots, We're not using head guards on head guards, but even with head guards, like even with head guards, I say only going like 20%. You know, it's all learning. It's all about learning. I mean, unless you go to the gym and like you and one guy like really want to turn it up more, and you agree, okay, for these 3 rounds we're gonna go harder. But even then, I would never ever go more than like even 40% for a headshot is a lot, even with the head guard. You know, like 40% on body is like if you get hit in like the chest and like especially shoulders. You know, yeah, shoulders. There's a lot of muscle on your shoulders, right? Like a lot of people don't know you have more muscle in your shoulders than your chest. Like first, it's like biggest muscle groups are so legs, then back, then shoulders, then chest. Right, so yeah, obviously some people's shoulders are smaller, but yeah. But yeah, you need some kind of heavy weightlifting move. You need some kind of with body weight training or lifting heavy weights, you need both, and they both keep you functional. Like and the thing is also with body weight training, you recover faster. That's what I've noticed for sure. But you know what's interesting, right? Like I've done workouts, but I've done like 500 push-ups. Literally, I was like 500. Oh, I did like 501 because one more at the end. You know why not? And I wasn't like my chest wasn't super sore, and my core was like well built up. So I wasn't like didn't feel much in my core, but like it's like right like here, like just under your chest, those pushing muscles. That's what I was like quite sore. You know, my triceps were okay as well, but that's what I was quite sore, which is interesting. But you don't get that with like doing heavy dumbbell press and then you do incline barbell, and you do dips and like chest press on the machine. You don't get it with that. But it's with body weight doing. I'm going like specifically faster, and I'm trying to go because that's something I've also heard. I made a short about this as well. That for punching power, the like there's 3 exercises that are very good for it. So number one is like, as I said with push-ups, but doing push-ups specifically like really fast up. You know, like you just literally as fast as you can up, just exploding up with your palms, right, with here. So and then next would be jump squats. Doing jump squats like just like I do them in my garden sometimes, and sometimes well not already in here because it's floorboards, but in the garden, you know, and it's that's fun, that's cool. That really because you're training those explosive muscles, right? So because obviously your punching power comes from your legs, specifically your glutes, right? So when you're doing jump squats, you're really getting the glute muscles like firing, um, working your quads obviously at the same time, of course, and lower back a little bit, your core some as well, and then half squats as well. So you know how like when you're doing barbell squats, right? When you're doing like normal barbell squats, you go all the way down like 90 degree and then all the way up. You know, some people do like arse to grass. I think that's not good for your knees. I mean, for me at least, it's not felt good for my knees. I don't like it. I think there's more risk because I'm taller as well. I've had, uh, but yeah, I don't. I go, but like I'll do. You know, I do for like so. For example, with let me just finish that point. So yeah, so doing half squats is amazing for that as well. So again, you're training it's just doing the jump squat without jumping. It's pretty much it, really, right? You're just going like that, like your legs are doing this the whole time, right? It's just fast up, going as fast as you can. And what I do is sometimes I get like I get my backpack and I put like 10 max 15 kilos in there because otherwise any more than that, then it's very very annoying to have on. I've tried 20 and it's I can do it fine, but it's very awkward. You know how it feels on my back because all that weight in a backpack, you know. So I'll do 10 15 kilo in a backpack, put my hands on my head, and I just going up and down like that fast. I don't do as much now. I do more barbell squats and then half squatting with this still. But I would do like 3 sets of like 35 to 50 reps with that, and that I noticed really helped for sure. And got my legs bigger, so you can still make gains, even if you don't have this whole squat rack. And yeah, you don't need. I have a chest press machine as well. I've shown in other videos. But like, I had literally just like a bench and like adjustable dumbbells for the longest time, you know. Not even like this stuff. This stuff is nice. It's very very nice now. Very very grateful. You know, like yeah, I've kind of got like going on a ramble, you know, on here, but yeah, yeah. So for me right now it's lifting heavy weights, doing body weight training. I still do pull ups. I've gotten to what 14, 15 pull-ups. I can do strict now. I want to get. I'd like to get to 20. That'd be a sick goal. go to 20 pull-ups, nice clean reps, like legs all the way down, dead hang, you know. And yeah, with and then boxing every Friday. Start back up at the boxing gym again soon. I'm just getting my weight up again right now. I just want to hit my target weight, and yeah. So I think you need you need some kind of martial art to keep you excited, with training, and you learn to fight. You build community, you build brotherhood. You're always learning. It's an amazing thing. Like I said, like Bas Rutten taught a boxing coach. Bas Rutten's a former MMA fighter, and he taught a boxing coach who's been boxing 20 years. They're teaching guys 20 years, like something new, and he was like, "What?" Like, just blew his mind, So, yeah. But if you don't do any training, like literally zero, I would say literally the best start honestly is one thing, just push-ups. Definitely push-ups, because you're getting your upper body strength amazing, working your chest, your core, your shoulders, triceps, and yeah, great start exercise. And then I say implement some running in, some body weight squats. You don't even need to be going to the gym. You don't even need this stuff. I mean, well, this stuff that you can get, obviously, this stuff is for me, like the minimum stuff I use is like, I like the multi-gym machine. I don't really use. I use it more so for arms, for like biceps, triceps, doing face pulls and rear delts, because that's really good for the rear delts, right? I use it for that, but they're not really like. I use it sometimes for chest press, but that's at the end of doing like dumbbell press and incline barbell, and maybe I've done dips as well. Then I use like chest press. Like, it's like, variety. It's fun, but yeah. For your start, if you think you need to go to the gym, you don't at all. You don't need any of that. You don't need. But personal trainers can be great for sure. Yeah, sitting here as a personal trainer, I'm a personal trainer as well. I've trained a few people with that, and yeah, it's great if you really are just like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I need that push, especially if you need that push. You really don't know what to do, and you need that push. Then yeah, do a session, do a few sessions with them. Great, but yeah, to start, honestly, to start, okay, here's your start, right? So I say literally only exercise, nothing else, push-ups. Just start every other day. Just do, if you can do, let's say 5 push-ups clean, actual like proper reps. Like, look at push-up form videos, and just start doing like, okay, I can only do 5. That's my absolute max. We'll do 5. Cool. Okay, and then try again 2 days later. So every other day you're doing it. You have a bit of time to recover for your body, because it's very new to your body. And then in for 7 clean, 8, 10, and then make that 20 your big goal. And then I say to start watching a lot of motivational videos. You build that inner strength. I used to have David Goggins, his motivational videos playing on my TV during training in here. I remember, right? I remember that one time then with the Goggins motivational video. I did 5 sets of bench press. I did like 4 sets of bicep curls, like skull crushers, and then I was on the bicycle on the it's like a stationary bike. I have it here somewhere. Then I was in there for another like 10-15 minutes, like 15 minutes I think. Yeah, so you just like, that like fires you up, and then you listen to everything they're saying, and it just like, it all like, you're learning and learning, like, because you're soaking all the information in. It's not just, David Goggins and his message. He said it multiple times. My message is not for everybody. It's not for everyone, because the way he talks is can be very you could say hardcore for people who are very soft. He can be misunderstood because he speaks in a very raw, real way, because he's lived a very raw, very, very hard life for sure. He's talked about a lot in his blog. He's got 2 books now. But yeah, he speaks in a very raw way. He does swear a lot as well. But again, that he says, because he says he swears a lot because his life wasn't a because his life is very hard. So he's seeing it very, very raw and honest and truthful that way. And people definitely really appreciate authenticity. That's definitely one of the reasons he's gone super famous and viral, and everyone loves him. I don't know. I've never met anyone who hates David Goggins, and if you do, then that's an internal problem within yourself. You don't like something within yourself. That's why you're projecting it onto this individual. When they have nothing to do with you. So yeah, that's why people hate on people who only do positive things and make positive differences in people's lives. So yeah. I was going on. I've been doing this in videos, like just going on about different things, but I hope it's enjoyable. Yeah. So I'll summarize with: lift weights, do bodyweight training, pull ups and push ups, start some kind of martial art. Boxing is amazing for me. You can, yeah, and like stick to. And if you think, all right, I want to start MMA, okay, cool. But if you want to, like, let's say, if you, or let's say you want to do you want to do a boxing match, but you want to like train MMA at the same time, right? So for that, literally, just don't be like, I'm going to train the MMA gym. Solely focus just on boxing, of course, right? It sounds like so obvious, but like some people would just be like, I want to do this, this, and this, and this, But focus on that one thing, and that really, really will just skyrocket your progress, like 100%. Watch boxing all the time. Look at different fights. AG versus Povetkin, Canelo versus Terence Crawford, like all the best fights. Thomas Hearns versus Robert Duran, and study. Yeah. All right. So we'll leave it there. See you in the next one.